tried explaining, not for nothing. I've tried changing. I reckon I'm not much for shifting gears. Loneliness I've been through till there's nothing more I can do. Yet tonight I'm out here wasting all my breath. Life of these I squandered, left to seek out what I pondered in a poor misguided head forsaken death. Anything not here's a mystery. Now I'm wondering who'd miss me if I loaded up my horse and headed west. Roots I put down weakened, and I'm picking up a beacon. My rugged heart is speaking through my chest. The last thing I expected was to end up disconnected. After all, this is the place where I was forced. Strong as hell, pulled from the surface, hotter than the fire that birthed us. All the ones who know the pain is worth the reward.
Hey, Kelsey, Norm MacDonald here. So, you have a podcast, huh? Fantastic. You know what I always say? You know what the world needs more of? Podcasts.
Live from the Screwball Whiskey Studios, the Kelsey Hudgins Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Screwball Whiskey Studios, indeed, with brother Jasen Summers. What up, Jazzy J in the house?
What up?
That's right. Give it up for him, everybody. We in here chilling. We living everybody's dream. How y'all like that shit? Y'all ready? Let me get this chat opened up, y'all. Hang on for a second. How's it going out there, guys? You living your dreams? Are you doing well? Are you happy? Andrew Valley says, what up, Jazzy J in the house? Yeah, boy. Andrew Vallish out there. Give it up for Andrew Vallish. Give it up for Andrew Vallish, everybody, you know. We out here living dreams and whatnot. We out here living people's dreams and shit. We doing all kinds of cool stuff for the world. Jasen, how's it going, buddy?
What up, man?
Well, I'll tell you what ain't up is going out in public. Victoria Thompson is not up. Like, that's not what's happening. How you like that? We out here, we're coming at you live right now from sunny Atlanta, Georgia, right here. We are both wearing Braves apparel. We sporting them Braves, bro. I'm all the time sporting them Braves. Y'all check that out. A little chop on action.
Too bad we haven't been seeing no chops.
Too bad we ain't been seeing no chops there. But
right.
Hey man, that's coming around though. We'll be I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I would love to see it by, June the 1st, but trust me, there's a whole lot more going on out there that's more important in sports, with what's going on. But it just seems weird to turn your TV on and you're watching just reruns of sporting events from the past. Or
yeah, I watched that monster Mike Trout game yesterday. Did you watch that one?
No, I didn't. Man, I haven't turned my TV on it.
Well, this was on YouTube. Like this, I've been watching everything. But I mean, obviously YouTube's on TV too. But man, what up, Harry? What up, Richard? Good to see y'all. But yeah, and by the way, before I go any further, a proper introduction. Jasen Summers, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who've not heard Jasen on this show yet, we did a bunch of sports talks on the MI Stuff podcast back in the day. As a matter of fact, on IMDb, I think Jasen has got, I think you're number 2 in show appearances on MI Stuff podcast.
Sweet.
And that was just for sports stuff. But so yeah, like we were talking earlier about what sports are going to be going to after this, and we all way up in the nosebleeds, Phil. But we were talking about what this is going to do for sports and where this is going to send sports maybe in the future. And just like you, I'd like to see something come about by June 1st. But man, I think that if people would have been reacting to this thing and staying home a little earlier, then we might be able to get to a June 1st, but I don't know that that's possible at this point.
Right. So, just it's the same thing I say. Every time that I think that the governor.
It's just headphones. You good?
That the governor comes on TV, I think that's going to be his next words is, we need to stay home, quarantine for 14 days or whatever. But it never happens. I totally agree with you. As soon as we can, I guess, stay to ourselves and only in what they call a threesome.
Heyo.
Maybe this thing will pass. It's tough because, the kids right now, they're used to playing the rec ball, high school ball. You even got college ball going on. And I mean, hell, they've already canceled college baseball all the way for the season.
Yeah.
I mean,
imagine, and I was talking to my buddy Valish here about imagine the psychological damage that'll do to somebody who has prepared their entire lives to getting to this point, and if they could have killer seasons all through high school, and this could be their chance to get in and live this dream. I was talking to our good friend Mike Campbell from Dead Dog Saloon, who lets us get on stage and play there for Venmo tips, which is great for musicians, by the way. Shout out to the Dead Dog. But Mike Campbell, his son going into his senior year of baseball, and like there's no telling if there's going to even be a school year.
Yeah.
You know?
You're right, man. I mean, so you take a look at it, and like I said, there's so much more out there, more than sports right now.
Right.
But sports is kind of, sometimes you just take, for example, you got, some of those guys at the Pelicans. I mean, people around here locally, that's what they look forward to. They look forward to going out to the ballpark and watching baseball and, interacting with each other. But I guess we didn't know how to wash our hands or something. And
What were people doing before this?
I damn fine.
They ain't like you and me, bro. I'll wash my hands, dude. Like I don't know, man.
I'm with the job that I do, pest control, which somehow or another it's an essential job, and I'm thankful to have a job right now. But
yeah,
my hands get washed at least 20 times, 30, 40 times a day.
No shit.
I mean, I wear gloves and then still doing it.
Pandora works fine, huh, James?
So it's but I definitely, I tell you what, man, it's gonna be sweet whenever the sports pick back up.
I think that this will, for a lot of things, like I think for instance for businesses and things like that, I think that they're going to understand that there's a lot of businesses that can deal with a lot of folks working from home.
Yes,
that can I think that that's going to be a huge deal, and yeah, I think that's how that's going to go for a lot of those guys. But for sports, I believe that everybody's going to come out in droves because they have been denied this thing that we've had for, so long that, we've been deprived of, basically.
Yeah, I mean, you just take a look at some of the things that are in limbo right now. I mean, you see the NFL draft, it's still going to go on as planned. I think it's out in Las Vegas. I just don't think it's going to be with people around.
I think so.
And then, you just, I mean, I think what was one of the last sporting events canceled was like NASCAR. NASCAR was going to run with no fans. I guess the exhaust will kill the virus. I don't know. But, I mean, they were literally the last, sporting
pull out
to cancel, I guess, besides, the Summer Olympics, they postponed to 2021.
Yes, and that's another thing too. And most of those are college athletes as well, and things like that, right? And that's just imagine that being ripped from you at the point. Soupy, you got a good point. I'm going to get back to that in a second as soon as we finish the Olympics. But yeah, imagine that. Just the psychological damage that's going to cause on a lot of these kids who and the pros. They understand probably, but these kids who haven't got a chance to even get into the league yet or whatever respective league, man, that's got to suck for them.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a tough one to swallow there.
But
so,
what can you do?
Nothing, man.
But Soupy over here has a good point. Roll Tide, Richard. Esports. Now, Soupy here, I know through a Discord channel for Kill Tony, and I've talked about the podcast for a long time. But the host of that show, Tony Hinchcliffe, and another guy, Gerard Horton, have a podcast. They do Tuesday Night Football where they just play Madden. They play each other on Madden and just talk shit to each other. I think a lot of people are going to be doing that, especially with that new MLB The Show coming out.
Yes.
Like, that's what a lot of people are streaming and shit now.
Yeah. So my little boy, I mean, he's got the Xbox now.
Yeah.
And, with the homeschooling thing, it was just one of those things where I figured it'd be an easy approach to go to homeschool. But let me tell you something, man. Shout out to the teachers out there because, good Lord. I mean, it's a tough thing to do. But he's up there. And he's trying to get me to set up something for him to where he can go in and play like some kind of contest or something. Because, he plays the Madden. He plays, NBA Live. I don't think Xbox has a baseball, the show or anything for it yet. But, you're right, man. I mean, I see a lot of people, if you follow like Bovada or whatever, or some of these pages on here that did like sports lines or whatever on Facebook. You got people out there trying to bet on that, on these sports.
Oh, for sure. Like there's 100%. There's lines on all that stuff. I mean, you go to the website,
right?
Absolutely, dude. I think that would be something that would be neat for athletes to do,
right?
Like to be like, how great would it be if Tom Brady played Patrick Mahomes in Madden?
Yeah,
live on the internet, dude. ESPN could stream that, dude. 100%. I would 1,000% watch that.
Yeah. I mean, you take a look at it. I mean, you just people are going, whichever way they can to
right.
Pass their time when they're used to sitting down and watch.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not one that can sit down and watch 9 straight innings of baseball on TV. It's hard for me to do.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'll sit down and maybe catch the last half of the game or something like that. But it's tough for me to sit in baseball because it can get boring at times. But now what I was really looking forward to was the basketball tournament. March Madness, because I don't think there was a dominant team out there.
Dude,
I felt like it was going to be wide open.
It's a shame for those kids that that'll never get a chance to show what they had.
I still say my South Carolina Gamecocks were going to sneak in and make it back to the Final Four this year.
Hey,
but we never know now.
Y'all, there's a picture that spawned this podcast happening today that I sent with this dude on this dude at the White House fence with a South Carolina Gamecock shirt on that said, "Y'all need to mail my check. I'll come pick it up. I'm here now."
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it when I saw that. That's when I was like, I was thinking the same thing, and then you shot me that text message like, we need to do a podcast.
Hey man, I'm down. Well, here's the thing: is I joked with Adam the other day when he was like, "Yeah, we get Jasen to come in." I was like, "What we talk about? Like, what we got to talk about?" I mean, but you made a good point. Is that this after what are we gonna do after this thing's over with? Like, how's this gonna affect sports going forward and stuff like?
Man, you take a look at that. So you see, I guess just recently this week at Myrtle Beach International Airport. Okay, everybody that was coming off a plane, they got a thermometer stuck to their head to check their temperature. I guess that's the way they did it. I don't know. So you kind of wonder if there's going to be some type of device that can check I guess your body temperature or something, and if you got a slight fever or something, or I don't know,
like a heat cam.
I guess, man. I mean,
thermal camera.
You think that? I mean, because there's gonna be a lot more people now that pay close attention to that.
Oh yeah.
With my job, man, I can go into someone's place, and if it's a place that I would rather not be in,
right.
I mean, I'm the type of person I'll let them sign my paperwork with my pen, and then once I get out the door, they're going to find that pin in the bushes in a couple of weeks when they're doing yard work. Because that's just me, personally. So you're going to see a lot. I think you'll see a lot more, I guess, places or stations around stadiums and stuff like that with sanitations and, hand sanitizers and those portable sink things where you pump the water and wash your hands type things. But we'll see, man. Hopefully that day will be around pretty soon.
Yeah, I was messing around with the text over here so people can read the comments better. Can y'all see the comments better out there now? Musicians are finding new outlets to entertain and make extra income. That's true on Facebook. Like, musicians are going to be fine. And people do need to check before they get on a plane. F1 and NASCAR drivers are racing in. Oh, no, that's cool. Racing in virtual events.
Yes, I saw that.
That's cool.
I saw that. They did one. If I'm not mistaken, FS1, Fox Sports South 1, or whatever it was. They did one last weekend.
Oh, shit. No, I like that a lot.
NASCAR race thing. And I was like, holy cow.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's, to see things like that, I mean, like you said, even simulate the games, just throw something up on the ESPN or something where, like if you're playing a season of Madden or like the show or something and you got like 160 games and you want to skip over like 20 of them, you can just simulate it or whatever. Just simulate, just see what happens, because what I'm curious to see is where do they start off at, like the NBA, okay? You got the NBA coming right back in. I mean, their season usually runs to June? Yep. That's when the finals are? right there. So,
Ish.
Yeah. So, I mean, are they going to take the records from where they stopped at? I mean, if we run into a little bit longer, are they going to expand the season? You know, take a look at baseball. If we run into, just say, July, that'd be a shame, man. No baseball over 4th of July. I mean, and it's possible.
But you know what's going to be great, though, is that I feel like those real fans are going to be able to relive those moments like when that made the sport great.
Right.
And it'll make maybe people fall in love with the game without their bias towards their team or whatever. Like they'll be able to appreciate the game for the game and shit like that. I think that'll make it.
Yeah. So, I mean, and you take
for that.
You even take a look at, you know, what Kirk Herbstreit came out and said. I don't know if he said it today or yesterday. But he says he doubts it very seriously if you'll see college football played. You know, talk about Arizona's going to make some southeastern, you know, some of the southern people mad, taking away number one, taking away college football, then NASCAR. That's kind of tough, man.
Dude, I mean, here's the thing, too, is that I've noticed that a lot of people aren't taking this thing so seriously. And I feel like those people should look at NASCAR and sports, baseball. Like, they wouldn't walk away from all of this money for nothing.
Hey, let me tell you, whenever I was sitting, you know, I think South Carolina was scheduled to play that Thursday night in the SEC tournament. I think it was against Arkansas.
Yeah.
I was off Friday for a family event, and then so I was like, heck yeah, 9 o'clock start time. Probably won't start till 9:30. I was pumped. So I'm sitting in my work truck, driving around that Thursday, and they're like, I forget who the first. I think the ACC might have been the first one to cancel.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh yeah, well, Duke canceled, and then AC. I got snot coming out of my damn nose.
It's just pollen, man.
Duke canceled, and then
and then just,
it
just
ACC
rolled from
followed.
there.
Yeah, they're like, you ain't gonna do no tournament without Duke.
Right. So then you're like, I really think North Carolina had something to do with that, you know, because they weren't gonna be in the big dance anyway. So they're like, yeah,
we hear that.
We can't be in it. Nobody's gonna be in it. But no, but I totally agree with you, man. Just take a look at the money and that the NCAA or lost by not doing a tournament. Because I honestly thought they would do it without fans.
Not just that. Not just the money that the basically the programs lost, but the faculty at the stadiums, the concessions workers, all that shit. Like,
yeah, man.
There's a lot of money lost in that.
Let me tell you who else lost. Well, I ain't gonna say the loss because they probably got more money than they know what to do with anyway. Is the people in Vegas?
Boy, Vegas. Yeah, what is Vegas doing now?
They're shut down.
It's completely shut down.
I tell you what, when all said and done, everybody's back to normal. I guarantee they'll be paying you to go to Vegas. I think I got an email, a while back. 2 nights on us, and they give you something like $75 to use in the casino.
Dude, I guarantee that they'll probably be, I don't know. Imagine how much money is just going to be lost altogether. Thank God that the government is doing something to help out those who really need it. Like, it's somebody like me. I'm single. I don't require a lot of money to survive. But there's a lot of people out there who have families to support, who have lost 100% of their income and shit, and that really blows. Especially coming off of winter, going into the summertime, which is when most people make a lot of their money.
Yes.
And I don't know, man. Just that is such a pitiful thing to think of.
Oh, it is, and and that's just like I tell people. We're America. I don't care what your skin color is, what your political beliefs are, what your religion beliefs are. You got to put all that aside.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
That's it. If my neighbor knocks on my door, even though if my neighbor, I didn't care for him or anything like that, and they needed a roll of toilet paper, they're gonna get a roll of toilet paper if I got one to spare. If I don't have one to spare, I might give them a couple of sheets or something.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Help out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. This is a time where you just kind of put everything to the back burner, and you know, if somebody needs the help them, because when the tables turn and you need the help, I mean, you hope somebody would help you.
Right.
So
you would think, man. I did that the other day. My neighbor asked for a couple rolls of toilet paper, or not a couple rolls. He just I was going to Walmart and he was like, "Hey, man, here's dollars. If you see toilet paper, get me some." And I went over there and I was like, they didn't have none anywhere, so I give them the dollars back. But then I went to Walmart the next day, like first thing in the morning, and got like a giant thing,
right.
And I like put a few rolls over there for them and shit like that. But you got to help people out the best as you
have
can.
to, man. I mean, take a look at some of these. People think that some, of these players are greedy. I mean, I forget.
Tell them, Tori. Amen.
You take a look at Zion Williams. He was the first one to step up. What did he say? I think he said he was going to pay the staffs at the stadium that was losing their income because no basketball was being played. He was going to pay everybody's for 30 days. Or he was going to donate like $1 million to do it or something. And then you got people like, somebody was telling me something about the 76ers owner. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
And he cut workers' salaries during all this. I mean, and I'm not talking about like, I guess, ushers or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, I guess staff. I'm pretty sure not the players either because, they're under contract. Sure. But I mean, you just see people, you got greedy ones similar to that, to the guy that owns the 76ers. But then you got players that are stepping up, paying, employees' salaries.
Yeah.
Or, not that they cannot afford it, but I mean, look at Zion, first year in the league,
Hey, I tell you what, that's going to do something big for him in the city of New Orleans right there,
100%.
dude. That'll make him a god there forever.
Yeah. And then you take a look at, I know Drew Brees, he's probably got, money beyond money, but he took, $5 million, donated it to, to the New Orleans to, help where it needed to go. You're just seeing a lot of stuff like that. And then you got asshats out there that try to price gouge people and stuff like that. Ain't
nobody got time for that.
100%, man. 100%. But it's going to be a fun day when sports do, it pops back up.
Joey Summers.
Yeah, he ain't got to say too much about him.
But nah, man. But you're right, man. There's a lot of jerks out there that's doing the wrong things about this and price gouging and shit like that. But didn't they put some kind of bill out there where you couldn't price gouge?
Oh, man, anytime,
a crisis happens.
Or a disaster or whatever they call this, they always do. It's just one of those things, man, that you just got to find for example, those clowns in Tennessee, they bought, 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer?
Yeah.
Stockpiled it, and then Amazon shut them down because they were selling them for anywhere from like $40 up to $200 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So here they were stuck with, thousands and thousands of bottles of hand sanitizer.
And I'm pretty sure they made them donate. I don't know if they made them donate all that money, if they just did it.
And they donated the sanitizer too.
Yeah.
I saw that. But man, it's one of those things that you see times where people's true colors come out.
Oh yeah.
And if if there's a bad bone in your body, it's going to show when times like this happen.
That's right.
Man,
I don't know. It makes me feel good too, where I see things like this kid had the birthday party, and they canceled the birthday party, so everybody from the town just kind of like drove by in the cars and shit, and had like balloons hanging out the window and stuff. Like the fire department came, and this kid's like loving that, standing in the driveway.
Yeah,
and you see the good in people throughout times like this. And I've just in my Discord community, like I was talking to people earlier about just how people just seem kinder when if you encounter people like anywhere now. It just seems like everybody's kind of like just nicer,
unless you get down to that last pack of toilet paper on the shelf.
And
then they're not too nice.
Hey, I'm telling you, but you'll still run into those.
Oh, you will.
You'll run into those assholes everywhere. But who knows that? Moose, preach it, Nick Wilson.
So I'll tell you, man. Getting back to the sports thing, been a lot of activity in the NFL too.
Man, how about I tell you, I said this earlier to one of my friends from Tampa Bay, Florida, who says that he is an essential employee. I was like, I guarantee you the essential employees are going to be the ones that's building that monument to Tom Brady down there right now.
Man, that's going to be, I tell you, that's going to be something, man. I mean,
can you picture him in that jersey?
I can't picture him. And the only other place that I could see him, I thought he would have went was San Diego. I thought he would go out the West Coast.
He looks like a Chargers quarterback.
Just because, is it Giselle or whatever her name was?
Yeah.
Doing what she does, West Coast. Phillip Rivers gone. I thought, never in a million years did I think he was going to go down there.
What do you think they said? They said, hey, you come down here and we'll give you GM after you retire.
They must have did something. Because let me tell you who's hating life right now.
Giselle Brady?
No.
Bill Belichick?
Jameis Winston. He went and got those eyes fixed in the offseason, man. Got those eyes fixed.
I want to make this very clear for Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope world. I don't give two fucks about Jameis Winston or his feelings at all in this situation. I'm sorry. I don't care. I just don't care.
Have they cut him yet, or is he still on the roster?
I do. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't even know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, he has always been... I don't know. He had that one good run in college, but he's always seemed to me very Cam Newton, which Cam Newton finally got cut after all these years. I mean...
Yeah, I got... It, like you said, I mean, here's the thing. Good thing about Jameis Winston. Fantasy football, when you really needed him to come through, I mean, he might get you like 60 points because he throws
30 or bust.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, he'll throw 17 interceptions in one game, but then again, he'll throw for 9,000 yards in it too. Yeah. So it's kind of like, you had the best of both worlds. I mean, and then they go out and they sign Tom Brady. Man, I mean, Tom Brady is football Jesus up in New England.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is, I just think this past year, man, I don't know. He just did not look like Tom Brady.
But I mean, he's got, what has he got? Deshaun Jackson down there?
No, I think
what's his name? Not Deshaun Jackson. What's his
Mike Evans.
The guy that traded suits with Ryan Fitzpatrick for that interview that time. Shit, why am I missing his name?
Receiver?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. They got two. They got Mike Evans as a receiver, and then they got another dude that came on strong when Mike Evans went out for the year.
Oh, man, you remember when Mike Evans went to college?
Where did you go to college at?
No, I'm thinking about, no, never mind.
I was going to say, I think Mike Evans went like somewhere in the Big 12 or something, didn't he?
Yeah, never mind. I was thinking about Mike Williams. No?
And then Mike Williams went to...
Clemson?
Yeah.
That's Mike Williams went to Clemson?
And then, hey, speaking
That's what I was thinking about then.
Speaking of Clemson, too, I mean, look at Deshaun Watson. He's a little pedo. I mean, they got rid of his boy Hopkins. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins, he went to, where'd he go? He went to Arizona.
Still got Derrick Henry, though, right?
Who's that, Deshaun Watson? And Texans? Nah, man.
Oh, no, he's in the Titans.
Yeah.
What am I even thinking?
I don't know, man.
Dude, you know what I missed? You know why I'm so off? Is because of fantasy football last year just took me out of it.
Your team was pretty good, wasn't it?
I just didn't even care. I just stopped. I just stopped caring. I didn't even watch it. I didn't pay attention to it.
And that's the only thing that keeps a lot of people into watching NFL football. Because, like I said, I'm more of a college. I mean,
same here, man.
If you put college football, or an NFL to me,
yep.
If I had to pick a day, which sometimes I do, just because we got things to do on the weekend.
Oh yeah,
I would rather sit in front of my TV from noon until 2 a.m. when Hawaii gets done playing to watch college football. NFL, I can always watch. The Cowboys win at another time.
Yep.
So
maybe.
Nah, man, it's gonna happen once Dak gets paid, bro. Dak gets paid, we're gonna get some rings down there.
Man, wonder if do you think you really think he's got it to make it through the playoffs, man? You think he's got that?
So we're gonna see. I think coaching had a lot to do with it. just because I don't think they let.
Who's coming in?
McCarthy
Okay.
from Green Bay.
Okay.
Or he was coach from Green Bay. Him and Jerry Jones had a sleepover at Jerry Jones' house, and then the next day they had an agreement. Yeah. But then the thing that blows me away, they kept Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator. I know this past year, I think, was Kellen Moore's first year as offensive coordinator. But I think, personally, man, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember what game it was. They kind of let Dak run his style of offense that he ran down at A&M.
Yeah.
And when he ran that style of offense, I mean, they couldn't stop him. I guess pistol or, he was shotgun formation. And, if he had to run it, he'd run it. If he had to throw it, he'd throw it. He threw it. I mean,
just like I'm running this game. Let him play Brady ball.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what you got to do. You got to see, and then
with better legs,
and you got one of the highest paid running backs in the league.
Highest paid, but I mean,
use him.
I know. You're right.
Use him.
He's strong.
I mean,
he's strong. Here's the thing, man, and I'll always say this till the day I die. I hate that Tony Romo never got a chance to play behind that line. I hate that.
He's got a chance to announce now and make that big money.
Yeah, but that's probably gonna be y'all's long-term coach. Y'all gonna bring old Romo back to be that coach after McCarthy era.
And when what's Jasen Witten gonna be, like the
strength coach,
like the offensive coordinator? Or something?
Yeah, probably.
Shit, I think he went and played somewhere. They traded, or he went and signed with Chargers or somewhere out west. I don't know.
Dude, honestly, I was like, I don't even know. I'm put back by I don't know what's going on. I don't know any of the stuff that's going on. I haven't kept up with any of the shit. All I know is that everything was canceled, and everybody's going to lose a lot of money. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just start seeing Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay. Cam Newton released after 11 seasons or however many it's been.
I still say he ends up in Washington.
Cam?
Yeah.
That's where quarterbacks go to die.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Ron Rivera's there, so I mean.
But dude, Ron Rivera is the problem with Cam.
Riverboat Ron, man. Well, let me tell you, about Cam Newton. So I hate Cam Newton. The only reason why I hate him because when South Carolina played Auburn in the SEC championship, they just annihilated us. I mean, it was embarrassing. I mean, we had the 8:00 prime time Saturday night in Atlanta, and Auburn just destroyed us. I mean, he just ran all over us. So that's why I don't like Cam Newton. But Cam had his moments out on the field. I mean, where I think Cam went downhill afterwards was after the interview after the Super Bowl. He lost, got beaten in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Took a lot of heat and criticism because he didn't dive on the ball. When he fumbled it, he just stepped back. And then what was his comments? I don't want to answer these questions. And then got up and left. I mean, you can't, you got to take it on. How many times?
You got to take it on the chin, man.
Right. Jim Kelly. How many times did he have to face the media after he lost a Super Bowl?
4 in a row.
I know. I think the Cowboys beat him once, twice.
But yeah, I don't know. You got to be different after that. I think he also after the wreck. After that.
Oh yeah.
After that wreck thing, man, that he was never right after that. Hell to the Redskins, huh?
Unfortunately, that's what some people say.
Yeah, that's what they say. No, but I don't know. Cam just he played for Auburn. He was Auburn, and he was a thief that played for Auburn. No. I will go down. I will always scream that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people say. He went to 3 schools. He started out at Florida, got charged with robbery or something, or theft. Went to a junior college, got things right, and then went to Auburn, and we
know how that went.
Won a national championship there. Right? Didn't he win a national championship?
Yes, he won a national championship there.
Okay, he won a national championship. So, but I mean, then I just think he's not a. I mean, there's so many. Compare him to Lamar Jackson. Okay, Lamar Jackson had a great year this year.
Yeah. I
mean, unbelievable. First round bye in the playoffs, then they meet the Titans, and the Titans figure them out, send them home.
Yeah.
And I think Lamar Jackson will have maybe 2 more decent years, and then I think you'll see him fall off. Because I just don't think the NFL is a place for a running quarterback for a long career.
Yeah, and even if there ever was even the best to do it, who was Michael Vick, no matter which way you want to cut it, there was no better running quarterback than him.
Right.
And he couldn't capitalize on it.
I'm gonna tell you, man, Lamar Jackson, dude. God.
I know.
I thought he would be a bust in fantasy, and whenever I played against the guy that had Lamar, I'm like, yes, I got this in the bag. And the next thing you know, Lamar Jackson gives him like 200 points or something. I don't know. But, you just take a look at when things happen to people in football.
Right.
Okay? Like you say, Cam got in that wreck.
Yeah.
Take another example, Antonio Brown. I mean, ever since Burfus or whatever his name was for the Bengals came across the middle, lit him up, knocked him out, the dude's been a basket case. 1 minute he's screaming and yelling at the cops, telling them to F this, and then threatening to kill people, and then the next minute he's apologizing. And so now he's trying to where is he? The Ravens. He's trying to,
See, I didn't even know that.
He's trying to. He hasn't been signed yet.
Okay.
I don't know if he will. Hell, Jerry Jones might give him a shot.
Hey, man, there's a lot of shit that'll fly in Jerry's world.
Right. A lot of stuff will fly. Cleveland. I mean, I think he wants that shot against the Steelers. That's what I think he wants.
Yeah, I understand that. I just think that it's funny. Man, the Steelers just there must be on an Indian burial ground or something up there, because they only got like 1 Super Bowl after all those years of being solid, and I'm pretty sure that was all with Hines and what's his name,
Santonio Holmes.
Yeah, defense. I mean, you had Troy Polamalu for all those years. Harris.
I forget who was the guy that ran it back for like 99 yards, a interception or a fumble return right before halftime against the Cardinals, I think it was. I forget who it was that ran it back, but you're right, man. I mean, I just take a look at when you get these athletes that go crazy, and it's a lot of times it's football athletes,
Yeah.
I mean, take a look at what's the dude's name that played for the Patriots. He got arrested in the offseason, and they showed video of him like jumping on top of cars, like in the middle of the street, like in a bars or whatever. Little white dude. Probably plays like slot, comes across the middle.
Whitehead.
Was it Edelman?
Julian Edelman, maybe.
I don't know. I know it was one of them, man. And you always take a look. It's these guys that get crushed. But I'm gonna tell you what. I honestly think that's what caused Antonio Brown to,
Dude. That concussion shit ain't no joke.
I know, 100%.
Getting hit in the head ain't no joke, man.
I mean, look at Luke Kuechly. Or maybe I didn't say his name wrong. Sorry, Panther fans. But, hey, that's why he's stepping away from the game.
Dude, you know what? I don't blame him.
100%.
People, dude, Julian Edelman. Okay. Cool. I don't know how to say her last name, Jennifer. Just like... getting hit in the head, man, that shit ain't no joke. Those concussions and things like that.
Right.
And I just feel like it's going to make sports like baseball or basketball more attractive for parents to put their children into at a young age, just because, one, baseball rookies are coming into the league making more money. They're like, I mean, if you're competitive at your sport in baseball, you're probably going to get drafted pretty high, go into a pretty decent program, and sign a pretty decent contract to play spring ball for all this. And two, if that doesn't work out for you, Major League Baseball and Minor League Baseball have so many programs throughout the country. There's very good chances that if you at least have an eye for something, that they will put you to work within the league.
Right.
Like, you can find jobs within the league. I'm not sure that any other sport does that quite like Major League Baseball does.
Right. I tell you, man, I mean, you just take a look at, Acuna and Albies. They come in. I don't think think they could have got way more than what they got.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, what they get each $10 million
Something like that, but we got him for 8 to 9 years, I think.
for $10 million though, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I don't know, because I know that Nick Markakis took a lot less, and so did a lot of the other veteran starters took a lot less money so that those kids could get paid. Maybe $10 million a year.
I don't know. I know whatever they took, those two, they took it at that young.
Yeah.
I remember hearing them talk that a lot of these rookies or whatever are going to be, pissed off at them because they signed for such little. And that right there just shows me shows me the love of the game.
That's what I like to see, man.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you love the game, dude, come on. Can you not live off of $1 million?
Got my head in the way of him? Oh, no, I thought Ronald Acuna was on the board. Never mind. Maybe in a different picture.
I mean, could you not live off $1 million a year?
I don't know. I'm not got it. If I got $1 million, I'll spend $1 million.
Well, I understand, but I mean,
yes, yeah,
you're going to live within your means. I mean, after
Yeah.
you pay your Major League Baseball dues and
Right.
your taxes or whatever. I mean, of course, So I mean, and that's what these
You
kids
live off the interest of $1 million a year.
right. That's where these kids come from. They come from nothing. And then, I mean, I'll never forget sitting there whenever Pedro Martinez, was it him? Whoever the closer was from the Yankees that just retired. The real
Mariano?
Yeah, Mariano Rivera. Okay. I remember watching the interview with him at one time, and they asked him, when he played ball in the streets back wherever he was from, what was his glove? What was the first type of glove? And this is no lie. He said his glove was a piece of cardboard. He cut a little slit in it where he could slide his hand in there, and that was his glove. Piece of cardboard. So that he comes from nothing. So, I mean, of course, if you put, 7 numbers in front of a kid, they're going to sign for it. I mean, if you have nothing.
Yeah. But, man, I don't know, man. Just that kind of determination is why baseball players that come from a place like the Dominican and places like that are just so good at the game, because they grow up loving to do it, and they will do it with cardboard because they have nothing else. That is so beautiful, man.
Yeah. So
God, I love baseball.
that's what I try. Right. So that's what I try to tell. Like my little boy. He's like, well, I want to do this. I want to be this. Okay. Man. Got to practice, dude. Let's get out in the yard. Let's throw the baseball. Let's let you pitch to me.
Yeah.
Let's let you, take some grounders or whatever. That's why I just keep trying to tell, him or whoever, these kids didn't get good, at the sport they love, sitting in there playing Fortnite on the iPad.
Yeah.
Or on the Xbox, or, doing TikTok videos or
Put in
whatever.
the reps.
Yeah, you got to, man.
Yep.
I mean, you got to. It's not, very seldom. I mean, I don't know anybody that didn't. I mean, Michael Jordan didn't start playing basketball until senior year in high school? Because he got cut or something in high school?
From a baseball team?
No, from basketball. Michael Jordan, I mean, it's, and that's why I try to tell him. I'm like, man, you just got to keep, if that's what you want to do and that's your passion, got to go for it,
Yeah,
you got to work at it.
That's right. If you want to do it, you gotta be all about it or not. And I think that's the thing with me is I just didn't care about sports. I didn't get it then. I didn't get it then. I don't know. I'm kind of glad that I didn't get it then because of how I turned out musically. But
right.
But just I don't know, man. I wonder if I would have been any good if I would have actually understood what I was supposed to do.
Right. So that's the same thing. Like I played baseball all through up until my 7th grade year, and then we moved here when I was in 8th grade. Tried out for baseball down at Walkmall, and I didn't make it because they had 7th through 12th at Walkmall. So you're trying out with all these upperclassmen and all that, so it's kind of intimidating. And that was the last time I tried out. Didn't play no sports my 9th grade year. Started playing football my 10th grade year. Played 10th, 11th, and 12th. I wish I would have started playing a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But, you live and learn.
That you do indeed, man. I don't know. I played football, but I was just big, and they just put me out there to just push people. I was just big. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just big.
Right. I think I'll never forget. Well, I did. When I lived in Sumter, I played B team football for Alice Drive Middle School, and I will never forget, man. playing defense, like a tackle or whatever.
Yeah.
And the dude that was playing nose guard, every time, man, I go in, I'm like, where do I go, man? I know the spot I'm supposed to sit in, but when they called the play, which hole am I supposed to shoot? You know, because I didn't really get the terminology there.
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on either.
Right. So as I got older, I mean, you know, you learn it and just watch. I mean, you know, I enjoyed it. I had fun. I mean, the bond that you make with the other football players, it's something, you know, that you'll remember all the time. But you know, you gotta work at what you want, you know.
That's true, man. I guess you gotta want it first. But you're right, man. You can't get and I've heard you say that before about talking to your son about doing so. Like if you want it, you gotta like put in the effort and put in the work and stuff, and like all these nice things that you know you can buy like to make you look like these players look. That ain't gonna do you no good unless you know what to swing. You know,
right.
swing like.
And that's what I try to tell
Bruce
him.
Wilkinson says, "Moose."
Well, that's one thing that I try to tell my little boy. I'm like, man, a $500 bat ain't gonna fix a $1 swing.
Ain't it there?
I can give you a wiffle ball bat, man, and you should be able to hit the ball. Compared, I mean, that's the thing, man. You know, bats that you use now, and I talked to several parents, you know, that I know. Dick's Sporting Goods, you run into them. Yeah, man, you know, I just dropped $500 on a bat for so and so. Oh God, dog, man. Thank God my little boy's still in, you know, just starting out in kid pitch. But like I tell people, if you can't hit with a $1 bat, what makes you think you're gonna be able to hit with a $500 bat?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I just like Reed. That's what he wants. He wants all this top stuff. You know, one of those bat bags that you can roll with behind you, and you know,
they see the pros doing that, and they think that because they just don't understand that that's not what makes you the thing.
Right.
That all comes after the talent and
right.
stuff like that.
Like
It's
Mike
grown.
Trout cleats. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, just because you're putting these cleats on don't mean you're gonna play like Mike Trout. You got to work after it.
Yeah.
You know, do what you like just for like, get videos on Facebook. Some of these baseball players, what they're trying to do in the time that they can't, you know, be practicing. They got their kids sitting at the edge of the driveway shooting a Nerf gun at them or whatever. You know, one of those Nerf guns that shoot the balls out, and they're just taking BP.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's how they're keeping, you know, their swinging form and what have you.
Yeah, I saw that the other day with Freddie Freeman, I think, with his son. Like his son threw a pitch and he just put it out of the yard.
Held no mercy on him, huh?
Yeah, it was good, man.
Yeah. So, but you know what, man? I tell you what, when all this is over with, like you said, the love for the game is going to be there. Whether it's, you know, baseball, basketball.
We're going to be starved.
Yes, I mean, and we're going to, when those guys take the field, it's going to be something that, you know, I think that everybody will be watching. But we got to stay self-distancing. You know, we got to.
Yeah, we gotta stay apart. We gotta stay away from each other.
Right.
But I guess that's about all you can do in this time, man. Is just try to not spread this thing anymore. And we're coming up on an hour, so we'll wrap this thing up. But I think overall the state of sports is gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Just I think it's gonna take some time to get everything back to normal. I think that it wouldn't be too outlandish to go ahead and prepare that we might lose a season. We might end up losing a season. But, dude, I would, as much as I love sports and as much as I want to see the University of Alabama just whack shit all over the SEC West and the rest of the SEC and the rest of college football all next season like we do every year almost, I really think that all these people that we're going to lose for real, if we try to rush this thing back, I think it's worth it to have those people still around than to try to selfishly rush something just because we're bored. And I know that that's a hard thing for me personally to deal with because I kind of hate people anyway. And I kind of do this all the time. Like, This is just my thing. Like, this is what I do. I'm a streamer. As some may say, I'm a streamer. Take that, Gal Gadot, whatever your fucking name is. Imagine there's no heaven when old people's getting sick right now. Come on, man. You know better than that. But no, seriously. I do this all the time, like streaming. What up, Evan? the Houston thing happened at the same time. Oh, yeah. You know, that's what it is, a big conspiracy. This is Houston's behind all of this.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's something that, we didn't talk about was the Houston Astros.
Didn't.
I mean, and who needs to talk about it? They get too much recognition now as it anyways. I mean,
They do, but here's the thing is that how does that changes everything. If what do they do? Do they lose these rings? They lose these championships now?
Well, it's kind of like when they took, didn't they strip the Heisman away from Reggie Bush? One year, whenever. All right,
Yeah.
So what are they going to do with the Heisman? What are they going to do with the rings? I mean, because you really can't say we got to give it to the Dodgers. Was that who they were playing, or the?
It was the Dodgers the first year.
Okay, so I mean, who knows if the Astros would have been there? I will tell you this much: when baseball does start to come back to play, there's going to be a lot of bruises on some of them batters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, plain and simple, and it's only, I mean, because when A-Rod came back from the steroid thing or whatever, how many times did he get hit?
Dude, I mean, I'm sure that he knew it was coming, and everybody else is going to know it's coming too. And that's a pitiful thing that we don't get to see that play out in real time like this. There'll be air on it between now and then, but I don't know. With the season whenever the season does start ramping back around, I bet that's going to be a top story. Is like how the rest of the league is going to, because they were getting thrown at in spring ball, big.
There's some betting sites I read that were taking the over under on how many hitters were going to be hit.
Oh man, just I wouldn't even know how to put a number on that.
Right.
But still, that's pretty insane. But I don't know. I will say this is that I hope that everything does shake out soon, and that by at least the summer, maybe, or halfway through the summer, it maybe even look like that things will go back kind of to normal, so we can see we don't lose an entire season. But I kind of feel like it would be wise to prepare to lose a whole season, just in case. Because if we think we're going to lose a whole season and we get blessed with it at the end of the year, I think we'll be a lot more stoked than if we expect for it to come back. I think the amount of stoked will outweigh the disappointment.
Right. So would you take realistically, if everything calmed down, which I don't know, I mean, All-Star break, just don't have an All-Star break this year. Pick up right after All-Star break and roll with it. And then play half a season and roll with it from there. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I would be happy with anything, Right. I'd be happy with a half a season if that's all we can get. But
I think Stephen A. or somebody, they were talking about if Major League Baseball was able to come back when they wanted to, I think it's like June the 1st or something, or May, whatever, that they could double up and play like,
couple of double headers,
7-inning games. Instead of going the full 9, do 2 7-inning games. Like, if you got a series, your midweek series, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever it is, play a couple doubleheaders then, and then over the weekend, just to kind of pick it back up. I don't know, man. I mean, here's the bottom line is, put any sport on, man. I think it'll be kind of like, refreshing.
Dude, anything that we could get right now. Right. I'd watch bowling.
Yeah. Cornhole tournament or something.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I still got Joe Rogan. Bro, Joe Rogan's been bringing the heat this week, dog.
Yeah.
He had Burt Kreischer, Tom Segura, Duncan Trussell, and Joey Diaz on this week. And Brian Callen's on today. He had all the comedians. You probably don't know who any of those people are, do you?
I know, man. Sorry. My little boy sat down with me last night. I think we started watching the movie Full Count.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good movie until I fell asleep. But, it's about baseball and this kid that dad didn't want to play baseball. He was a good ball player. And took his team to the state championship and went on to start in college or whatever. While he was at college, his dad died, and then I fell asleep. I don't know what happened after that.
His dad died, and I don't know anything about that. 50-game season may give the Pirates a chance, you think, Evan? All right, y'all. We have passed that hour threshold there on the video, minus that little countdown at the beginning, but we're going to leave all that in there. Brother Jasen, what do you think? What's your over-under on how much longer this thing's going to last? I'm saying 3 months, over-under.
3 months, that'll take us into, say, man, I'm going to say you're probably, I'm going to say probably over. I'm gonna say All-Star break. I say
thinking
they
over too, man.
I mean, if we can get a couple good months of heat and people washing their hands and
Yeah.
I think not making out with each other with the virus going around. I think we can combat this, man. We're America. We're gonna bounce back from it.
Damn right we are. The greatest country
nice,
on the
man.
planet.
Be nice.
Be nice to people, indeed. Yeah, I would say that, and I said this last couple times. Like, if you go shopping, don't try to buy everything that's left. Man, leave something for people, because I hate those people that just see 6 things of toilet paper and buy all 6 of them because they think that, oh shit, or you know what I mean. Just don't be a dick out in the world. Be nice to people, especially right now. People need it more than ever. So be nice to them. Anyway, Screwball Whiskey, SKREWBallWhiskey.com. Tomorrow's stories begin right here, Screwball Whiskey. Be sure to go visit SKREWBallWhiskey.com. And all other peanut butter whiskeys are imitators. Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey is the original peanut butter whiskey. Just make sure to know that those other peanut butter whiskeys are not good. What you got in your freezer, Jason Summers?
I have Screwball whiskey, and can I say the other thing?
I don't care.
I got some Crown Royal that's got the peach in it.
Oh man, a little peach crown, but
Yes.
the Screwball Whiskey, the exclusive original peanut butter whiskey, ladies and gentlemen, Screwball Whiskey. Also, follow me on Twitter at Kelsey Hudgins. I'm much more active on Twitter and Instagram than I am on Facebook. So if you guys are watching on Facebook, go follow me on Twitter at Kelsey Hudgins, or Instagram at Yonder Wizard, ZZERD on Instagram. And if y'all want to follow Moose on Instagram, he's got all the riveting content. He's blowing up on Instagram. He's got like 10, 50,000 followers now.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I couldn't tell
He
you.
don't do no social media. Don't follow him.
Nah, just on Facebook. But if you need toilet paper, hit me up on Messenger. I'll throw you a roll out.
Yeah, Jason got toilet paper for you. He here to help. All right, y'all. In a world full of shitty people, don't be one of those people. Be a good person. Peace, bitches.